Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to demonstrate how it is that I would pack cord around a crown. Now generally when I'm doing that, I will do that prior to prepping, meaning my default is not to use cord when I am preparing a crown. I find with the Cerac and the OmniCam, the color differentiation, and just my prep technique that I hardly ever have to use cord in order to be able to see the margin and whatnot. I can generally use Viscostat to help control any bleeding that we have going on. That being said, on anteriors, I will routinely use cord, and I will generally use that at first. So what I will do, I'm going to demonstrate this with tooth number 19. I know that that's not an anterior tooth, but this one already had a broken contact on this little test model. So the process for that is we'll anesthetize the patient, and then we'll grab any pre-scans or whatnot that we need. Then we'll go through and we'll break the contact with a 245 burr. And the whole idea there is that we just want to get separation. We've got to be able to get our cord through. Okay. Now I generally will use a 00 or a 0 cord as that cord that I'm placing. For this video, I'm actually using a size 1 cord. So that's the blue, just because I think it will show up easier. So once we've gone through and we've broken the contact with the 245 burr, then what I'm doing is I'm going to take a hemostat and my cord. What we need is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of cord. And what we will do is take and create a loop here, and then we will come and grab that with the hemostat. So you'll see I've got that loop, and it's definitely bigger than the size of the tooth. That's what we want. We don't want a huge loop, and we don't want a loop that's too small so that it can't go around. So then once we've grabbed a hold of that with the hemostat, then what we're going to do is we're going to come and we're going to grab one end of the loop with the cord packer, and we're going to move and holding it with the hemostat. Then we're going to come and just floss in between with that cord. Now what you'll see is that now has wrapped around, and what we know about a tooth is that it is wider, so it's called the height of contour, right? So at the height of contour, it's about midway through this tooth. So as we tug, the tooth gets narrower down into the gums. So what we're going to do is we're going to tug with the hemostat while we are just kind of pushing down with the cord packer, and that's going to allow the cord to be placed in on the lingual side here. I'll move this so that it's a little bit easier to see. So it allows the cord to be placed in here. And then because we're tugging, then many times it just automatically seats this interproximal area, so that we have now packed 3/4 of that tooth. So what we'll do is then we will let go of the hemostats. We've got a whole bunch of extra cord, that's okay. And then we'll just come from this buccal line angle, and we will do our best to... This isn't the best duplication of what the process is, but with the plastic rubbery gums here, but we will place this cord and just pack that in there like so. And then we're left with these big loops. So again, this is a size 1 cord. I generally am using a 00 or a 0, but you'll see that we've got that excess right there. Then we just come with our scissors and we trim that, and then we tuck these ends in there. We can almost always get the little ends in so that everything is below the gums. and then we can come through and we can do the rest of our preparation, knowing that that's going to retract. It's going to help make it so we don't have as much bleeding. We're less likely to nick the gums. And then when we come back and actually take our impression and then make a temporary or seat the final crown, we can just take that out, and the gums we expect to rebound back to their original position is our goal. So hopefully that helps.